Alright guys, finally it's time. The LASH Sorcerer build is here. I'm sorry it took me so long to get it to you guys. I just wanted to make sure that I was providing you guys with a good build and some good content. I didn't want to like throw out multiple like half-baked build videos for you. So again, I apologize. I know some of you have been waiting like a week to see it, but it is here. Again, as always, the link to the build will be in the description down below. And if you guys end up clicking away to go to that link, please consider subscribing to the channel. And let's get to 1K subs. Now, getting into the build video, this build is all focused around stunning enemies, keeping them mobilized, keeping them CC'd, keeping them chilled. And we're going to do a lot of damage. And I'm going to go over just some key features of the build real quick. Just so you guys can see it. Again, I'm not going to be going over like the Paragon and the skill tree because that will be in the build. I tried to make you guys a very long video, like going in full detail about it, but it ended up being almost 30 minutes, and I was like, nobody's going to sit through a 30-minute video and watch that, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet and just touch on the main important points. As always, some key things I want to talk about to make this build work is you're going to need Penitent Greaves. The reason why is because this build is all about being up close and personal on people, so you'll always be applying that chill. So you'll always get that multipliable damage of 10x when you're attacking a chill target. And another very pinnacle piece of this build is going to be Raiment of the Infinite. Again, this whole build's about stunning and CCing enemies, so you got to make sure that you have this. This is really the only way this works, and also this chest piece synergizes with one of the Paragon boards that we have in here for Static Surge, where stunning an enemy gives us 10 mana. Now, another way we're getting mana regen is also through our enchantment of LASH. Because LASH, if we cast any cooldown ability, we're going to get mana. So I'm going to actually show you guys this in real gameplay. And the reason why you want Raiment and you want all this is because by getting all that magic recovery, it's going to help you to take points out of recovery stats in the tree. So for example, I know a lot of people were putting points into the fire passive that gives you mana regeneration over time for killing burning enemies, because everything's going to be burning. But again, by doing this, you're always going to have uptime, and then as you guys will see when you click the link to the build video, we actually get mana from crackling energy. So I'm going to spend all my mana real quick. I'm going to cast a cooldown, you see my mana's back up, I'm going to teleport, my mana's back up. You guys see that? So that's kind of like the main focus of the build. Even if I cast all this and I cast my ultimate, I just got mana back. And if I walk over here and pick up this crackling energy, 12 mana. You guys see that? So that's how you're going to keep your mana. And basically the goal of this build is you kind of go around, stun, you freeze everything, you kill them. Again, I know I'm in the open world right now, so it's not really like a good example of me really showing the build's potential. But again, I have the kind of the little trailer video I made. Like, I just teleported right there and killed everything. So that's kind of the premise of the build. It really involves you moving around and stunning everything, crowd controlling, and getting your resources in that way. Another big part of the build that I want to talk about is in the stats. Now, something that I really want to make sure that you guys understand is I don't want you guys to make the mistake that I made when I was leveling up my Sorcerer, and I kind of was putting stats everywhere, like my gear, like a lot of it is all over the place. Huge mistake on my part that I made, and it really sucks because if I do all this, if I was to re-roll all this, my damage would be significantly higher. And and if you guys see this right here, I have 667 damage to stunned enemies. This is how I get like a lot of my nuking damage when it comes to like killing bosses and stuff. But if I were to take this back and to invest into pure crowd control, you know, and just basically only get the stun damage through Raiment, you know, and then focus on more crowd control damage on my gear and everything, I would hit even harder, because crowd control is the overall bucket, and then also crowd control applies to every type of slow. So my chill damage would be increased more, my immobilized damage would be increased more from my flame shield, and also my stun damage would also be higher, because again, I would have the little additive stun from Raiment, you know, that comes by default, and then I would have it being added to the overall pool of crowd control. So biggest things I want you guys to think about is when you're looking at gear, for example, we're going to go over to my jewelry, and I just want to show you this right now, is you guys see that I have like stunned, close, but really it would have been better to get crowd control, lightning critical, and vulnerable damage. Like that would have been the way to go to really optimize and really get this build more fired up. But as you guys have seen, I was hitting on stream like, you know, 1 million LASH. Like, have you guys ever even heard of a 1 million LASH? So the build, even though I made these little minor mistakes, I guess you would consider it major because it's going to be expensive to like try to go and get the perfected gear. But that is kind of like my mistake on my part leveling up, and I just want to make sure that you guys avoid this mistake while you're playing through the game. So I got these scorpions real quick. Probably I should go back to town. But you see, if I immobilize, they're just gonna kill him. If I teleport, they're basically half health. I freeze with dead. Look at that, like 479 with a basic attack, just like that. So that's kind of the main purpose of the build. So you want to move around a lot, you want to CC, you want to stun. Again, guys, I apologize that the build video is not super long. If you guys really, really, really want to see it in detail and me break it down, I will. And I will go into full detail. But the thing is, I tried to do it, and like I said earlier, the video was 30 minutes long, and I know for a fact a lot of you guys aren't going to sit there and watch a 30-minute video, so I'd rather earn your guys' trust now with a quick short video, just briefly explaining and briefly showing the build. I will be uploading a PvP version of this build very soon. I'm working on that today to get content for you guys for that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I am so happy to see a lot of you guys like the build, and a lot of you guys like the content I've been putting out. I really appreciate the support. It's been amazing. But just let me know in the comment section down below if you made it this far, if you really want me to go in very big detail about the build. I just really wanted to cover kind of some things I want you to avoid and just kind of show you like how you're going to get your sustain. Again, I'll show you one more time because I know some people might be saying like, oh, he didn't really show it well. But see, like I'm out of mana. I teleport in, my mana's back to me. And then, for example, I'm going to like kind of crank all this out again. Hold on. Right, I'm just trying to get all my mana low, and I just want to show you like with the crackling that's forming, like how I'm gonna get the mana. So we're gonna go this way. We're gonna pick this up, doing 12 mana, just like that. So that's kind of like the premise of the build. You're just gonna go in, teleport, kill everything. Again, guys. Oh, and another key part of the build I really want to explain to you, just to make sure this works, is you're going to need to make sure that you have the gravitational aspect. Again, all of this is in the build link down below. But you need this because this is the only way that the build works. Now, if you can't get this for any reason, you can use Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning will be a great alternative for you, and I would highly recommend that you guys would use that if you don't have it. I will be bringing you guys more Sorcerer builds in the future, but again, I'm going in a circle again. Just let me know if you guys would actually want to see a very in-depth video, and I'll take my time to really edit it and make it very nice, polished for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.